Basil has a wonderful aroma. It's native to Asia as well as parts of Europe and has spread throughout the world. So we have so many different varieties of basil. We have lime basil, Thai basil, holy basil, sweet basil. This one is an extremely large leaf Mediterranean type basil. And it's just wonderful because of its high concentration of vitamin K, A, C, manganese, as well as copper. If we think about the nutrient synergy that's in here, we remember that vitamin K is important for delivering calcium inside the bone cells. And combined with copper and manganese, we have this nutrient synergy with developing collagen as well as connective tissue. So overall, it's an excellent one for bone health as well as structural integrity of the body. The other benefit of basil that might surprise you is that it's actually considered an antimicrobial. So that means it's effective at reducing the rate at which bacteria grow in anything. That includes food, of course, and has especially been shown with studies to be effective for reducing the growth of pathogenic E. coli. Now, E. coli live everywhere. We especially have them in our gut. So do other animals. But there's different types of E. coli, and pathogenic ones are, of course, the ones that spread and cause disease in the human body as well as other animals. So basil has been shown to be effective as an antimicrobial for pathogenic E. coli. The other incredible benefit of basil is its digestive aid function. So being very high in these beautiful aromatic oils, it helps, just like many members of the mint family do, with easing digestive function and helping with that smooth motility inside the digestive tract, which is so important for the secretion of enzymes as well as the absorption of nutrients. The digestive benefits of basil come from its volatile oils as well as its flavonoids, which we've also talked about earlier. Flavonoids being one of the important phytonutrients that are essential for digestive health. The other important benefit that basil offers us is a powerful anti-inflammatory. Now, we've talked about inflammation a lot as well, but one thing that I want to mention is that whenever there's inflammation in the body, it's always in response to a particular enzyme that the body is secreting called cyclooxygenase. Cyclooxygenase is an enzyme that triggers the inflammatory response in every single part of your body because it doesn't just stay in one location. The blood system actually distributes it throughout the body. And so basil has been shown to actually inhibit or block the activity of this enzyme, thus acting as an anti-inflammatory. The most nutrient-rich way to prepare basil to make sure you're getting all the nutrition from this plant is combining it with some type of fat or oil, like you would see in a traditional pesto recipe. What we know from studies is that when there's low fat in the body, it impedes the absorption of minerals. So in order to get the maximum benefits of all the minerals in here, plus your fat-soluble vitamin A and vitamin K, it's important to consume basil with fat and oil. So grinding it into a nice pesto with pine nuts or any kind of nuts that you enjoy, as well as some healthy fats such as olive oil, is a great way to enjoy the wonderful aroma of basil. Now, basil, actually the name comes from Basilius, which in Latin means royal. And it was traditionally used in the Middle Ages and so well sought after because it was used as an ingredient in making royal perfumes. But before we leave the subject of basil entirely, I want to talk to you about holy basil, because this is one that I saw a lot growing up. In courtyards, typically, so in a traditional family, in a traditional extended Indian family, you would have a courtyard in the middle with all the different family members living in separate houses around. And in the center of the courtyard was always a plant or a tree of holy basil. And usually every morning someone would go and pray and do an offering to the holy basil because it's considered to be the incarnation of a goddess. Now, the neat thing about holy basil, if we think about its medicinal properties, is that it's considered to be not only anti-cancer, but it also has chemoprotective properties, same that we saw in parsley, meaning that it can protect your cells from chemical exposure that you see with chemotherapy and other harsh chemicals, making it a very strong anti-cancer herb. The other thing though that's really neat about holy basil is just that eating one leaf a day, and we would all do this, we would go and we would pick one leaf and eat one leaf a day, can be an incredible antioxidant and a general tonic. I hope you enjoy basil in all its varieties and forms, whether it's sweet basil or lime basil or holy basil. There's so many ways to take it, including in a tea. And lastly, I forgot to mention, the way you would use holy basil is as an adaptogen. So you can make a tea infusion out of it and drink it to support your energy as well as your adrenal health.